Okay, so in this video, let us discuss Codeforces round 656 division 3. Problem B was very simple. Let's start with problem B. So the first paragraph is definition of a permutation, a sequence of numbers from 1 to n. And now we are given 2n integers. We are given 2n integers in which every number occurs twice. Every number from 1 to n occurs twice. So example is given here, like 312. What we will be given is like 312, 312, or anything of this sort. So we need to restore the permutation, and the answer is always unique. What does this mean? The answer is always unique. See, for example, let us discuss this test case 1122. We know that permutation from 1 to n means what all should happen, what all numbers should be present, 1 should be present and 2 should be present. So solution is traverse through the array and check if any element is present in a set. Keep a set, and if there is no element found in the set, insert the element in the set and print that element. If element is found in the set, don't do anything. For example, let's traverse this array. I get 1 initially. Nothing is there in the set initially. So I will output 1, that is I'll print 1 and I will push 1 in the set. Next I'll get another 1. But 1 is already present in the set, so continue. I'll get 2. 2 is not there in the set. I'll print 2. 2 is present in the set, so I won't print. So that is why I get 1, 2. So it's just a use of set STL only. So there are 2n integers. Take the input, check if the element is present in the set. If it is not present, insert it in the set and output that element. So problem B was very straightforward. Now let us see problem A. Problem A, you're given 3 integers A, B, C. X is max of AB, Y is max of AC, Z is max of BC. We need to output any 3 integers A, B, C. So let us take some examples and try to understand. Let us say X is 3, Y is 3, and Z is 5. Notice Y and Z are not equal over here. Let us see what happens when Y and Z are not equal. See, X is max of A and B, and Y is max of A and C. So suppose I take C as 5, then if I take any number over here, that is, suppose I say this is C, and A I try to take any number, you will not get the answer. Because X is max of A and B. Okay, so if I take 3, max of, and I take 3 over here. So max of A and B 3, okay. But what about Y? Max of A and C. C is greater than A. So if I say Y is max of A and C, what is max of 3 and 5? 5. So this will not satisfy. One keen observation you have to do here is when Y is not equal to Z, then the answer is no. You will not get any triplet. So Y has to be equal to Z. So y has to be equal to z, then only you will get a triplet. Let us take one more example. Let us say 3, 4, 4. So over here, x, y, z is 3, 4, 4. Let me choose integers 3, 3, 4. If I choose integers 3, 3, 4, this is A, this is B, this is C. Max of A and B, 3. This is X. Max of A and C, 4. This is Y. Max of B and C, Z. It is correct. So what did we observe here? When Y is equal to Z, then you can output X, X, and Z. This will always be correct. So this is the simplest and shortest answer. I got this after submitting. I'll show you my solution also. But my solution was different. I was thinking about some other thing. So basically, I thought I can include 1 everywhere, because anything max 1 will be anything only, right? You take any number apart from 1 and you say max of that number and 1, it will be that number only. So this was the motivation for me, and that is why I did this. So this is also a possible answer, but this code is a little complicated. You will not understand what I was thinking. And during the contest, I also did not understand exactly what I was actually doing, but I got the answer. But later when I solved it, I realized if and only if y is equal to z, if and only if y is equal to z, you will have an answer. And you can output xxz only. So at that moment, I did not get it, but I got this. This is also a solution. You can look at this. So problem A was a little tricky, but got it finally. So let's see problem C. You're given an array A of integers n. You have to find length of the smallest prefix that you have to erase in order to make it a good array. So what is a good array? Array B of length m is good if you can obtain a non-decreasing array by doing some operation. You can select first or last element and append it to end of C. Okay. So here they have given how, what they're, basically this entire explanation is for this sentence. Remove first or last element from B and append it to end of C. We have to tell how many elements to remove from A. That is the prefix. Prefix means from starting, like how I should remove these many, should I remove these many, like that. The question is asking how many such elements I should remove. And among all of them, the shortest one. That means minimum number of elements to be removed so that the resulting part of the array can be made into a good array. And a good array is this. Non-decreasing array you can obtain by doing this. So in this question, if we observe, like suppose the array is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why did I write in this manner? I wrote 1, 2, then 3, then 4. Basically, let's say this is the array B. I want to make array C. How will I make array C? First and last element, I have to choose one, any one element. I'll choose the minimum. I'll choose 1. Okay. Now this is gone. Now this is first, this is last. which is minimum 2. Okay, this is gone. Now this is first, this is last. Which should I do? Which should I choose now? This. This is gone. Then I should choose this. Then I should choose this. So basically, what did we get over here? You can make the array, you can get a good array only when the array is having one peak like this, or it is all the same, it is all like all the elements are same. So there are only two conditions. There are only two conditions. If the array is strictly increasing, sorry, there are three conditions. If the array is strictly increasing, or it is continuous, or it has only one peak. That means what I'm trying to say is, if the array is this 1, 1, 1, 1, yes, it is already a good array. If the array is 1, 2, 3, 4, yes, again it is a good array. It is strictly increasing. This is continuous. If the array is 1, 2, sorry, 1, 3, 5, 5, 2, then also it is correct. So basically, this condition should satisfy A1 less than or equal to A2 less than or equal to A3, so on, and some A, suppose AM, some element AM. Then if this is the peak, if this is the peak, then this condition should satisfy. That means only one peak is allowed, or it is strictly increasing, or it is continuous. So let us look at the solution. It's a simple, straightforward solution only. Take the input, keep a variable j. Now run a while loop. In the while loop, check for this condition. That basically what I'm doing here is, let's take a test case only, and I'll explain it with that only. We'll take this example, 4338452. 4338452. So initially my j is here, and I am checking if a of j minus 1 is greater than a of j. If it is, then I will decrease j. You can see that the condition is satisfied, so I decreased j. Now I'm checking if a of j minus 1 is greater than or equal to a of j. No, condition is not satisfied. In the next loop, I am checking if a of j minus 1 is less than or equal to a of j. A of j minus 1, yes, it is less than a of j. So j will come here. Now check a of j minus 1, 8. 8 is greater, so it will stop. That means what? See, where has it stopped? It has stopped here. That means these elements should be removed. And that is exactly what we want. You can look at the explanation also. We need to remove first 4 elements. See, we have removed first 4 elements. What did we do over here? We are checking for that mountain array, that peak. I told now one peak should be there. We are checking for that peak element. Let us see this one also, 54323. I'll first erase this. I hope you understood. We very easily got the answer here. So basically, instead of shortest prefix, we are checking for longest suffix. Both are the same. In this case, this is a better option. So let us see 5, 4, 3, 2, 3. Initially j is here. A of j minus 1 is greater. It should be greater than or equal to A of j. No, it is not. So this while loop will end here only. This while loop will end here. Now this while loop. A of j minus 1 is less than A of j. Yes, so j will come here. A of j minus 1 less than A of j. We are checking these two now. Is this element less than this? No. So it will break out. So these three elements are removed. So it was a very simple problem, just a pointer concept. And you had to understand that you will get the answer. You will get a good array if it is strictly increasing, or it is constant, or it has one peak. So this was my solution, and I hope you understood now. And thank you for watching this video. Bye.